The following is a special presentation of WMBD 31.
Heard this, it's like a train, like a loud train.
It's going to hit you, and it's going to hit very quickly.
And we just stood in the hallway where there were no windows and just held each other.
This is When Severe Weather Strikes, a Your Local Weather Authority Severe Weather Special Report.
Hello, I'm Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
And I'm meteorologist Carissa Sanford, and welcome to our Severe Weather Special, When Severe Weather Strikes.
During the past year, we've witnessed some of the most extreme weather conditions ever in central Illinois. Excessive rainfall during the middle of April last year led to widespread flooding across a large part of northern and central Illinois areas from the Chicago, southwest along the Illinois River Valley. Received 5 to 10 inches over a 2-day period. This caused record flooding along portions of the Illinois, Spoon, and Mackinac rivers. New all-time record river stages were recorded at Henry, Peoria, Havana, and Beardstown along the Illinois River.
Then a major late-season severe weather outbreak produced 10 tornadoes across central and southeast Illinois on November 17th. An EF4 tornado which touched down near Pekin and East Peoria, then moved through Washington. The tornado was on the ground for 46 miles before finally lifting in Livingston County. This was the first EF4 tornado in central Illinois since July 2004. The Washington EF4 tornado was the strongest November tornado observed since records began in 1950.
And finally, this past winter, we all became familiar with the term polar vortex. January and February will be remembered as extremely cold and snowy across central Illinois. Several cities had their top 10 coldest and snowiest winter seasons on record, rivaling the winters of the late 1970s. Peoria received a record 57.3 inches of snow, while Bloomington Normal had its second snowiest winter with more than 51 inches of snow. It's truly been an incredible year in weather.
But we'll remember the storm of November 17th, 2014 the most. Even in the days leading up, the meteorologists at the National Weather Service were forecasting the potential for significant severe storms. We talked to those working that day to see what it was like to follow the storm.
We started seeing some of the storms initially develop just west of the Illinois River, and we were getting a few reports of some hail and heavy rain and a little bit of wind. And just before 11 a.m., roughly about 10:45 a.m., we could see that the storms were rapidly evolving to the type of storms that would produce tornadoes.
You can also see what we call here kind of a hook signature. It looks kind of like a fish hook. That is also the type of signature we look for a severe, possibly a tornadic storm. You can also look at what we call velocity, which is actually how the air is moving within a storm.
We had the initial reports of the tornado and damage on the north side of Pekin, and from that point, even before it went into Washington, we could see the extreme rotation with that storm, the fact that this was going to be a big storm, one that you just don't see very often. And we haven't seen a storm of that magnitude during the month of November, going back even to the middle 1800s. We heard that, that there was major damage, but by looking at what we were seeing on the radar, we could see that. We could see that there's a particular debris signature on the radar, and we could see that developing as the storm was moving through Washington. In the case of Washington, when you had whole homes that literally disintegrated, you're really high up on that scale of wind speeds, getting really close to 200 miles per hour, which is what we estimated with that storm of around 190 or so. For a moment, it just kind of took your breath away because you just realized the magnitude of it. But again, we stayed focused and kept, because we still had the storm going through parts of Woodford County. And then we were collaborating with the Chicago National Weather Service because it was moving up into LaSalle County and Livingston County, where they do the forecasts and warnings. And then watch other storms that were developing down here in parts of central Illinois. In fact, just right outside the window, we saw there was a rotation here just west of the office. That was the storm that eventually caused some wind damage up in Bloomington. An hour afterwards, the cold front that really was the catalyst for all the storms to get going. When that passed through, there was very gusty winds and some heavy rain and some lightning. And we don't want first responders or even anybody from the public out there when there's lightning or high wind approaching and you already have structures or trees that are not very stable.
Whether it's through the weather radio, or even the TV. You know, when the TV stations push this out and get that information out to the public, we really hope people will take heed to what we say.
The Red Cross says being prepared for severe weather is more important than ever.
A good disaster kit should have enough food and water to last at least 3 days. Non-perishable items work best, like canned meat, packs of tuna, and peanut butter. Don't forget the can opener either. Food isn't any good if you can't eat it. While it may seem like a lot, plan on using a gallon of water per day for each person in your family. Other must-haves include flashlights and batteries, your weather radio to keep updates on storms, and some extra clothing and blankets. The same goes for any medications you may be on. Adding them to the first aid kit can prevent medical emergencies and might be easier to do than you realize.
People's lives can be saved, and there's just a sense of security that comes with knowing what to do before a disaster happens instead of trying to figure it out after it's already gone through.
The Red Cross says to make sure everyone in your family knows where your disaster kit is and check it occasionally to make sure everything is up to date.
At any given time during the year, the National Weather Service issues severe watches and warnings. But what does each term actually mean? Knowing the difference between the two could save your life. A watch means conditions are right or favorable for dangerous weather. In a nutshell, a watch means to be alert for what the weather could do and to be ready to act. A watch means the odds are good for dangerous weather during the given time period, but are not yet happening. Weather warnings mean dangerous weather is happening in the warned area. For severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, and flash floods, a warning means the storm is currently threatening life and property. When a warning is issued, you should be executing your safe plan.
A warning means it's time to go. It's time to take the actions that you've been preparing for, whether that's to go to a basement or an interior room, whatever that might be.
And you can be sure to count on WMBD-31 as your local weather authority to bring you any watches and warnings on air, online, and on the go via your mobile devices.
For decades, people in central Illinois have relied on storm sirens to warn them about impending severe weather, but we've found each county can have different protocol when it comes to sounding the sirens.
There are 80 sirens located in areas based on population in Peoria County. In McLean County, there are 28 sirens dedicated to Bloomington Normal, with 27 other McLean County towns having at least one siren. Both counties differ a bit when it comes to sounding sirens. Peoria County will sound sirens when a tornado warning is issued or when a spotter sees rotation or a funnel. However, McLean County issued a new policy this year. Sirens will now sound during a severe thunderstorm where winds reach an excess of 70 miles per hour.
65, 70 mile per hour winds will tip over large trucks, the box trucks, trailers, semi-trailers, recreational vehicles. So we started thinking that it'd be best that we try to alert people to that.
It's a little different in Fulton County, where they have 17 sirens. Officials there say, with the exception of Farmington and Lewiston, they sound sirens not only during tornado warnings, but also when sustained winds reach 65 miles per hour, because sustained winds can be damaging. Regardless of when the sirens sound, they won't reach everyone. That's why experts say it's crucial to have a weather radio.
These are outdoor warning sirens, so when you're indoor, you're not really supposed to hear them. You can, on some areas they can, but it's really an outdoor warning system. So for people who are inside, and even in the evenings and at night and sleeping, I definitely recommend getting the weather alert radio.
Technology is also helping with severe weather alerts. You can get instant storm notifications via your smartphone. Here at WMBD-31 and Fox 43, we offer a free text alert. You can sign up for those at our website, ciproud.com.
For a complete listing of area counties and their policies on sounding storm warning sirens, check out our website, ciproud.com. There's still much more ahead on when severe weather strikes.
Washington's Mayor Gary Manier and I recently spent some time together to look back at what happened November 17th and, more importantly, what lies ahead. Our exclusive when we come back.
Since 1950, the state of Illinois has seen the highest amount of tornadoes in which month? Think you know the answer? Find out after the break.
When When you're ready,
ServPro, how can we help?
help gets there faster. The cleanup specialists at ServPro, helping make fire and water damage like it never even happened.
It's going to be another long, hot summer, so stay cool this year without breaking the bank. Choose EnviroSafe's professional refrigerant products and keep your air conditioning systems working like new. EnviroSafe has environmentally safe refrigerant for all your home and automotive needs. And fix a leak in your system easily with XL4 Pro Seal, designed to search out and prevent out leaks in your cooling system. Rely on EnviroSafe to keep cool this year. Save energy and save the environment too. Order online or at our showroom in Pekin today. EnviroSafe.
Choosing the right flooring from the right person is important. Here at the Flooring Store, we're not only about price and selection. We're about laying a foundation of comfort for your lifestyle, and we're about doing it right. Carpet, hardwood, laminate, or tile. Our on-site design consultants will find the right fit for you, from the first step into our showroom to the last step of installation. The Flooring Store is here to make your house a home. The Flooring Store, flooring the way you want it.
The Peoria Health Department. We're a part of your everyday life. Water fluoridation is one of the public health achievements of the 20th century. Public health supports the new smoke-free Illinois law. Public health oversees the inspection and licensing of restaurants. Public health teaches that hand washing prevents the spread of infection. The Peoria Health Department, working behind the scenes to keep you safe and sound.
Do you have plans to ensure the safety of your loved ones during a disaster or home invasion? The Hideaway Storm Shelter is a safe room tested to the highest standards, capable of withstanding F5 tornado impacts and 30 caliber armor-piercing bullets. And the Hideaway folds against the wall and deploys in seconds. Applications available for home, business, church, school, or daycare. Keep your loved ones safe. Contact Nutrend for a free no-obligation evaluation.
Since 1950, the state of Illinois has seen the highest amount of tornadoes in the month of May. Did you get it right? You're watching When Severe Weather Strikes, a Your Local Weather Authority Severe Weather Special Report.
The November 17th tornado that hit Washington forever changed the landscape of this Tazewell County community.
I recently spent the afternoon with Washington Mayor Gary Manier as we walked through some of the hard-hit neighborhoods. I quickly found that the storm did not touch the heart of this community. It's been several months since the tornado hit here. This is something you've dealt with daily since, mid-November. How have you dealt with this, and then how has the city of Washington really withstood this?
I mean, obviously, the devastating part early on was where do we go from here? But the resilience of this community and the residents have been incredible, and the rebuilding process, even through the harsh winter, 54 inches of snow and the cold, brutal temperatures, and we're pushing close to 50% rebuilds and repairs out of the 1,108 homes. What's been the biggest challenge since the 17th? How difficult has it been with the brutal winter that we had, basically following just a few short weeks after the tornado? Sure. Obviously, the cleanup, debris removal slowed down. We worked 24-hour, 7 days, 24 hours a day early on, knowing that winter was coming. But as soon as winter hit, the Peoria help went away, became salt trucks and snow plows, and we had to take some time off every so often. It seemed like every time we started making good progress again, it snowed again. So that probably slowed things down as much as anything. I'm sure a lot of folks are looking forward at least to some warmer temperatures. Do you think once things start to kind of improve, things are really going to start blossoming around here? Absolutely. Obviously, some people wanted to wait till spring. Obviously, there was a lot of them that didn't, which surprises me. I mean, I probably would have waited for a little warmer weather. But for the most part, I mean, we're well on our way to recovery. But the quickest road to recovery is to get rid of the debris removal. And we did that early on, and now hopefully a lot of things are out of the way where they can get this city rebuilt. Do you get the feeling, because this is such a tight-knit community, that most of them are going to come back, or do you think it's going to be too emotionally tough or financially tough
for some of these people to come back?
I think you have a little bit of both. Obviously, the emotional aspect of it is going to be very hard for them to get back into their homes and get their what is now going to be normal life back together. But for the most part, I mean, if you look at the schools, Central Grade School is probably one of the most affected schools. Their enrollment's up by 6.
Wow.
So that means nobody's left.
Right. Is the financial part of this, is that the biggest challenge going forward, or are there more challenges?
Now that the spring thaw is here, we're seeing more and more damage that occurred by debris removal and things, and the work we had to do to get this city cleaned up. So those are going to be the expenses that we're now finding.
So Washington Strong has been the theme basically since that afternoon.
Right. It just made sense when they first made the T-shirts, and now it is it is our logo and our theme, and when you see the rebuilding, it proves that we are Washington Strong.
What have you learned about this community that you may not have known before the 17th?
You know, it doesn't surprise me of the resilience of our residents. I've been here my whole life, all 59 years, and it didn't surprise me if you look at the winter we had, and these people were building in that time, and they're moving forward, and they still can smile and have great family time, and it's incredible.
Do you think that this is, right now, today, the defining moment of Washington, or do you think the best is still yet to come?
The best is still yet to come. I want people to remember how we recovered, not the tornado. And I'm trying to make sure the Chamber of Commerce in the city that we celebrate the 20th of November rather than the 17th, because that's the day we started recovering from this.
Up next, when severe weather strikes continue.
We'll take you to LaSalle County, where residents there are putting their lives back together after last spring's record-setting floods.
While tornadoes can develop at any time, what part of the day do tornadoes usually develop? Think you know the answer? Find out after the break.
Generac standby generators. When the power goes off, they come on automatically, keeping your home, family, or business safe and warm. Generac generators are sold, installed, and serviced by Midwest Equipment in Peoria, Normal, and Metamora.
What do you get when you add helpful advice to a store full of batteries for things like laptops, cell phones, watches, cars, and other devices, plus thousands of energy-efficient light bulbs like LEDs, CFLs, and halogens? Well, at Batteries Plus Bulbs, you get what you came for. Batteries Plus Bulbs.
Get what you need.
Well, it looks like another wet one, folks. Possible thunderstorms over the next few hours. Cloudy tomorrow.
When you have a roofing problem, hire a professional you can trust.
Call Tremont Roofing today for a free estimate.
A Coach House garage is money well spent on craftsmanship that's sure to get compliments. Our team will build it for you in just one day. Taking pride in every detail is the Coach House way. The best warranty in the industry. Coach House means matchless quality. More than just a garage. More than just a garage. It's a Coach House.
When it was over, my car had flipped over into my garage, took out the staircase, and my entire house was gone. I was just seeing sky. Farmers has been great to us. We had money in our pocket within just a couple of days. We haven't had to struggle for anything.
It takes so much off your mind to know that you're secure. No one could ask for a better agent than Lauren, or better service than what Farmers has given me.
Generac standby generators. When the power goes off, they come on automatically, keeping your home, family, or business safe and warm. Generac generators are sold, installed, and serviced by Midwest Equipment in Peoria, Normal, and Metamora.
While tornadoes can develop at any time, they usually develop in the afternoon. The ground is warm and the air is typically at its warmest at that time of day. This heat fuels the storms that produce tornadoes. Did you get it right? You're watching When Severe Weather Strikes, a Your Local Weather Authority Severe Weather Special Report.
Some of the worst flooding to hit central Illinois happened last April.
Businesses across the area had to rebuild in order to get their shops back above water. WMBD's Jacob Peklo shows us how one LaSalle County store owner is preparing for the worst again.
It's become a daily ritual for Jill Lee.
The water was up to here last week.
The Utica business owner stops by Starved Rock State Park in the riverfront to analyze the water levels. They're not too high this week, either here or at the creeks that run through town. And for now, Lee is grateful for the lingering winter weather.
If all the snow would have been rain, we would have flooded for sure.
That's not the picture she'd like to see again. Lee's business, Two Girls and a Cupcake, hadn't even been open for a year when the late April floodwaters came rushing in to her cupcake shop.
It came up within 3 hours, and it was 3.5 feet of water in here, and that was it.
The longtime Utica resident had seen the Illinois River flood before, but this was shocking.
I have a great imagination, but that just wasn't happening.
Now, if those levels rise again, they know time is of the essence.
Like now I know that if the water's going to come in, you got 3 hours to get as much out.
That means clearing out pretty much everything and hoping for the best.
Plastic cover it and duct tape it to the floor and turn the power off and take everything home and wait for the water to go away and pray.
In Utica, Jacob Peklo, WMBD 31 News.
There's still more ahead. It's one of the most important devices you should have in your home, a weather radio.
We'll help you program those radios step by step when we come back.
The deadliest tornado outbreak in the state of Illinois happened when? Think you know the answer? Find out after the break.
When you're ready,
ServPro, how can we help?
help gets there faster. The cleanup specialists at ServPro, helping make fire and water damage like it never even happened.
It's going to be another long, hot summer, so stay cool this year without breaking the bank. Choose EnviroSafe's professional refrigerant products and keep your air conditioning systems working like new. EnviroSafe has environmentally safe refrigerant for all your home and automotive needs. And fix a leak in your system easily with XL4 Pro Seal, designed to search out and prevent out leaks in your cooling system. Rely on EnviroSafe to keep cool this year. Save energy and save the environment too. Order online or at our showroom in Pekin today. EnviroSafe.
Choosing the right flooring from the right person is important. Here at the Flooring Store, we're not only about price and selection. We're about laying a foundation of comfort for your lifestyle, and we're about doing it right. Carpet, hardwood, laminate, or tile. Our on-site design consultants will find the right fit for you. From the first step into our showroom to the last step of installation, the Flooring Store is here to make your house a home. The Flooring Store, flooring the way you want it.
The Peoria Health Department. We're a part of your everyday life. Water fluoridation is one of the public health achievements of the 20th century. Public health supports the new smoke-free Illinois law. Public health oversees the inspection and licensing of restaurants. Public health teaches that hand washing prevents the spread of infection. The Peoria Health Department, working behind the scenes to keep you safe and sound.
Do you have plans to ensure the safety of your loved ones during a disaster or home invasion? The Hideaway Storm Shelter is a safe room tested to the highest standards, capable of withstanding F5 tornado impacts and .30 caliber armor-piercing bullets. And the Hideaway folds against the wall and deploys in seconds. Applications available for home, business, church, school, or daycare. Keep your loved ones safe. Contact Nutrend for a free no-obligation evaluation.
The Great Tri-State Tornado in May 1925 was the deadliest tornado outbreak in the state of Illinois, killing almost 700 people across 3 states, with over 2,000 more injured. Did you get it right? You're watching When Severe Weather Strikes.
When you're in the path of a severe storm, minutes and even seconds can mean the difference between life and death.
A NOAA weather radio like this one can be purchased at most department stores for as little as $20 to $30.
Meteorologist Cody Murphy has some important tips to help you program and set up your weather radio.
First thing, you'll want to put a fresh set of batteries into your weather radio. Next, you'll want to slide the power switch onto the on position. Next, you'll want to select the channel option with your directional arrows. At the main menu, press down until you see the same set option. Select it, and now you have 3 options here. You can choose any for all counties, multiple for more than one county, and single for one county. For this demonstration, we're going to use the single county option. After selecting the single county option, select same 01, and 6 zeros should appear like this. You can find a list of same codes on NOAA's website, but for Peoria County, the numbers are 01714. After entering the same code, press select and your radio is programmed for that county.
NOAA weather radios have proven time and time again that they do save lives.
After a year of active and extreme weather, we wondered what type of impact that would have on the outlook for central Illinois this spring and summer. Forecasters say there is no real connection between the harsh winter we saw and the potential for severe weather. Springtime storms are a more localized phenomenon, whereas the winter operates under a different large-scale pattern.
One thing, though, that we have noted is that the water in the Gulf of Mexico is pretty cool for this time of the year. So far, to date, there has been fewer severe storms and fewer tornadoes across a large part of the central U.S. because of that. Now, that doesn't mean that we need to let our guard down, because that simply could just mean that we could have an active severe weather season as we get later, maybe not so much early April, but later May and into June especially.
The Climate Prediction Center has equal chances for both above and below average precipitation and temperatures in central Illinois. When severe weather strikes, WMBD-31 has the most advanced weather tracking technology to keep you and your family safe from the storm.
We're here 24/7, on air, online, and on the go. We are your local weather authority.
It's much more than just a line. It is our commitment to keep you safe before, during, and after severe weather strikes. Thanks for joining us.
You've been watching When Severe Weather Strikes, and your local weather authority Severe Weather Special Report, brought to you by ServPro.
Generac standby generators. When the power goes off, they come on automatically, keeping your home, family, or business safe and warm. Generac generators are sold, installed, and serviced by Midwest Equipment in Peoria, Normal, and Metamora.
What do you get when you add helpful advice to a store full of batteries for things like laptops, cell phones, watches, cars, and other devices, plus thousands of energy-efficient light bulbs like LEDs, CFLs, and halogens? Well, at Batteries Plus Bulbs, you get what you came for. Batteries Plus Bulbs.
Get what you need.
Well, it looks like another wet one, folks. Possible thunderstorms over the next few hours. Cloudy tomorrow.
When you have a roofing problem, hire a professional you can trust.
Call Tremont Roofing today for a free estimate.
A Coach House Garage is money well spent on craftsmanship that's sure to get compliments. Our team will build it for you in just one day. Taking pride in every detail is the Coach House way. The best warranty in the industry. Coach House means matchless quality. More than just a garage. More than just a garage. It's a Coach House.
It was nice for us to not have to worry about arguing with our insurance company or that they weren't going to take care of us when we were, experiencing such a big loss. They took care of everything that needed to be done behind the scenes, and we didn't have to worry about that, which was big because we were trying to collect ourselves after losing our home. Farmers was amazing. We always felt like they treated us like family, not like clients. It felt like they had our best interest at heart.
Generac standby generators. When the power goes off, they come on automatically, keeping your home, family, or business safe and warm. Generac generators are sold, installed, and serviced by Midwest Equipment in Peoria, Normal, and Metamora.